Imagine this. You're walking down a supermarket aisle in Japan in the mid-1980s. Suddenly, you see store clerks frantically pulling your favorite candy off the shelves. Panic is in the air. Why? Because a mysterious group calling themselves the Monster with 21 Faces has declared war on Japan's biggest candy companies. And their weapon of choice is poison. This isn't a movie plot. It's the true, chilling story of the Glico Morinaga case. A crime that terrorized a nation and remains one of Japan's most infamous unsolved mysteries. It all started in March 1984. The president of Ezaki Glico, Katsuhisa Ezaki, was kidnapped right out of his own bathtub by two masked men. He was held for a ransom of 1 billion yen and 100 kilograms of gold bullion. Miraculously, just 3 days later, Ezaki managed to escape his captors from a warehouse in Osaka. Everyone breathed a sigh of relief, thinking the nightmare was over. But it was just the beginning. The kidnappers, now calling themselves the Monster with 21 Faces, shifted their tactics. Instead of targeting people, they went after the products. They sent a letter to the media, brazenly announcing they had laced Glico candies with potassium cyanide, a deadly poison. They didn't just send letters. They sent the actual poisoned products to news agencies to prove they weren't bluffing. Their message was clear. We've scattered these in stores from Hakata to Tokyo. If you eat these, you'll die. Instantly, Japan was gripped by fear. Glico products vanished from shelves nationwide, leading to an estimated loss of over $20 million and the temporary layoff of hundreds of employees. The Monster with 21 Faces reveled in the chaos, taunting the police with cleverly written, taunting letters. They seemed to be everywhere and nowhere at once, always one step ahead. They played a cat-and-mouse game, even sending clues about where to find non-poisoned candy they'd marked, just to toy with investigators. Just when things couldn't get stranger, the Monster suddenly declared a truce with Glico. In a letter, they wrote, "Japan is getting hot and humid. We'll be in Europe for the summer." But the peace was short-lived. By September, they were back, and this time they expanded their targets to another food giant, Morinaga, as well as Marudai Ham and House Foods Corporation. The cycle of terror began anew. More letters, more threats, and more poisoned products found in stores. This time, they even included labels on the poisoned packages, saying, "Danger, contains toxins. You'll die if you eat this." The police were stumped. They had over 125,000 investigators on the case, interviewed hundreds of thousands of people, and chased down thousands of leads, but the Monster remained elusive. Their letters were a mix of theatrical flair and cunning intellect, often written in the quirky dialect of Osaka kids, making them even more unsettling. Who were these people? Were they a sophisticated criminal organization, or just a few individuals who delighted in causing mass hysteria? One of the most tantalizing clues came from a security camera. A man in a Yomiuri Giants baseball cap was caught on tape placing a box of poisoned Morinaga chocolate on a shelf. The image was plastered all over Japan. He became known as the Videotape Man. But despite the nationwide manhunt, his identity was never confirmed. Was he the Monster, or just a pawn in their twisted game? Another heart-pounding moment for the police came during a money drop. The Monster demanded 50 million yen from House Foods. An undercover officer, posing as an employee, was instructed to throw a briefcase of cash from a moving train. The police watched as a man with fox-like eyes followed the instructions, waiting for the drop. They shadowed him, but in a display of incredible skill or sheer luck. The suspect managed to give them the slip, disappearing into the crowded Kyoto night. The police were left empty-handed and deeply embarrassed. This near miss was devastating for the investigation. In August 1985, after another failed attempt to catch the culprits, the superintendent of the Shiga Prefectural Police, Shoshi Yamamoto, took his own life. In a final tragic note, he expressed his shame over failing to capture the fox-eyed man. His death cast a dark shadow over the entire investigation and highlighted the immense pressure the police were under. Just days after the superintendent's death, the monster with 21 faces sent their final letter. It was addressed to the media, and it was their most shocking message yet. They announced they were stopping their campaign of terror. "We decided to forget about torturing food companies," they wrote. "It's a lot of fun to lead a bad man's life." And with that, they signed off with the monster with 21 faces. They just stopped. They vanished as mysteriously as they had appeared. And that's where the story ends. No arrests were ever made. The statute of limitations for the kidnapping of Katsuhisa Ezaki expired in 1995, and for the poisonings in 2000. The case was officially closed. The monster with 21 faces got away with it, leaving behind a legacy of fear and a mountain of unanswered questions. Who were they? Theories abound. Some believe it was a disgruntled former employee or a group with a grudge against the food industry. Others point to stock market manipulators who profited from the company's plummeting share prices. Some even speculate it might have involved North Korean agents or Yakuza crime syndicates. The fox-eyed man and the videotape man remained phantom figures. Their faces etched in the memory of a nation, but their names unknown. The Glico Morinaga case is a chilling reminder that sometimes the monster isn't under the bed. It's in the candy aisle, and its true face may never be revealed. Thank you so much for watching this deep dive into one of Japan's most fascinating mysteries. What do you think happened? Let me know your theories in the comments below. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more content like this. See you next time.